Cultivating this new Scamander story for years. I think she's. You know how George Lucas wrote all 9 of those stories like years ago, and then was like, I'm gonna start in the middle. Like, I feel like that's what she's doing here. She's got universes just packed away in little folds in her mind. And what she said to me about my character was, which was very helpful right at the beginning. She said, I love Jacob. You remind me of Ron Weasley, right? And I thought, oh God, what a great direction, because he gets to do everything, man. Like he's the sidekick, he gets to be the clown, yeah, but he also gets the girl, he gets to be a hero, he gets to be the king, like, right? It's like he gets to do everything, so I was like, oh my God. And then she's given me little breadcrumbs along the way. I was like, man, I already know that this is the greatest character I'll ever play, ever. I just know that already. Yes, it will tell, won't it? Did someone record me saying that? You will show it to me 30 years from now, exactly.
We'll play it as you're accepting your Academy Award.
Yes!
Okay, next question over here. Thank you for yours.
Hi, I just want to know what was the craziest memory from filming Fantastic Beasts? Or another movie you want to know?
Oh, yeah, sure. Craziest thing. You like modern noir or sci-fi? Okay, come here. Come to, yeah, you can. Wait, oh yeah, what was the question?
Crazy memory from
Fantastic Beasts. All I can think about right now is, okay, so John Voight, okay? John Voight, you know John Voight, Midnight Cowboy, man. Like that's how, like, this is one of those performances, one of these actors where you grow up and you're like, okay, this guy's a legendary actor. Regardless of what you think about, you know, his politics or whatever, the guy is a legend. And we're all on set that first movie, and it's crazy because I'm like, oh my God, I'm hanging out with Ron Perlman, like what? You know? Like, I grew up watching these guys and wanting to have careers like them, and they're coming up to me going, good job, son. You know, I was like, this is crazy. And I remember one day, we were on set, and I had my daughters there with me. My second daughter wasn't born yet. My first daughter was with me. And she was like, I don't know, 3 or something, 4. And I remember she was like, I'm gonna call action. I'm gonna call action when I get there. And I was like, okay, all right, you know, we'll see. And I remember the director was like, oh, she's so adorable. And it got to the point where they were gonna, you know, okay, say action. And she was just like, she just like clammed up. And then she got really embarrassed. And then she started, you know, got sad. And she's like, oh, and I was like, oh, honey, you know. And so my wife takes her outside, and I'm finished my scene, and I come out, and I'm like, where is she, you know? And it's my wife and a couple other people, and my daughter running around frolicking, yay! You know, having the greatest time in the world. And there's John Voight, you know, playing Duck Duck Goose with her. I was just like, that's so surreal to me that, oh man, when, like I said, like when you're able to be around your heroes, your icons, and they're just real people. And then my daughter, she'll have that memory for her entire life. She may not even know who that Academy Award winning, legend was. She was like Duck Goose with, but what she hears later, she's gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah, what you have to do is wait until she's old enough and find John Voight's most violent, bloodiest movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And sit her down and watch it and go, oh yeah, he played Duck Goose with you one time. Anyway, pleasant dreams.
Yeah. He was in Deer Hunter, right? Let's watch Deer Hunter, honey. Yeah, but deliverance, yikes.
What do you know, 11? Yeah, you would watch Deer Hunter.
You're ready for deliverance. No, let's not go there. On that note, what happened to Burt Reynolds?
Well, he died.
Oh, God. Like I said, I'm out of the loop. Did he die?
He died.
I'm a complete asshole, man. Poor guy. 6 months ago. Where have I been? Did he die?
Did die, yeah.
No, I'm really sad. I think he'll probably blue force
Blue Ghosts, yeah.
some
Just real fanboys.
into my room and just be like, I saw that awkward thing that happened at that Comic-Con. Still chewing gum from the beyond. Laughing at me. That's cool, that'll happen.
But because of the way the crossover from the spiritual world works, it's not actually going to be Burt Reynolds. It's just going to be Norm Macdonald doing an impression of Burt Reynolds. That's how it'll appear to you.
Wow.
Trust me, I'm a scientist. I know these things.
I know.
Thank you for your question.
Very spiritual.
Next question over here.
Hello. Here we go.
Maybe.
Back on this side.
Hi. I'm like a fish. I have no short-term memory.
All right, I will make this question nice and short then.
Good. Before you ask,
Yes.
noir or sci-fi?
I'm gonna be original. I'll say noir.
Well. Okay, what's your question? Hey, I know you. Give us a song.
I don't know which one.
What's your question?
All right then. I guess. Thursday?
Everyone on stage gets
Will you sign that one as well? All right, well, I was just wondering, you said you like both Star Wars and Star Trek fairly equally. Which geekness would make you nerd out like we are right now, like dress up and go to a con and, oh my God, I'm meeting this person. Like now or when you were a kid? You remember?
Excellent question. You want to go? You can sit there. I just have this comfy seat back here.
Would you like a seat?
That is hilarious. That is so funny. What was your question again?
Which goldfish, he said, which fandom makes you geek out as much as we don't totally geek?
I have a great story about Bill Murray. He's the guy that, I get it. Sometimes I get somebody come up to my table and they're like, I was gonna ask you something and my face is doing something weird. I get it, man. You meet someone that you really appreciate their work and your brain goes out the window sometimes and your motor skills go south. And that happened to me with Bill Murray. And then you start saying really. So I guess my answer would be Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters so much. Although I haven't met Harrison Ford yet. If I met Harrison Ford, I might turn into a puddle as well.
But because he like right between Raiders and Empire, like I said before, like he just formed my childhood. But Bill Murray was in Ghostbusters. He was the kind of hero that I was like, oh, I can emulate that. I like that. He's a badass, and he's a wise ass, and he's funny, but he's saving the world, you know. And so I felt like, you know, Han Solo's up here, and you know, Indiana Jones up here, but Peter Venkman's very relatable. And when I met him, I turned to goo. I turned to ectoplasm. Basically, I had to hold on to a banister. Like it was weird. Like, has anyone ever had that happen to them before? You want to hear this story?
Hell yeah, we want to hear this story.
So what happens is your brain goes south, and then you start saying like the worst thing you could possibly say. So my buddy, he was doing voiceover for Garfield. Okay. You know he did the voice for the Garfield movie, and he looked very grumpy. He was not happy, and he came out on a break. And my buddy was the technician. He was like, "Man, I gotta introduce you to Bill Murray." So he pulls me there. I think I was like right out of college. I must have been like maybe 21 or 22. And I see him, and Bill's giant. He's a big man. And my buddy goes, "Here, this is Dan." And Bill puts his hand in and goes, I go, "Hi, I'm Dan." He goes, "I'm Bill." And I go, "I know." And then he's looking at me like, and then I'm like, immediately I'm like, I can't stand. And I'm holding on to the banister, and I'm like, "Say something, man, just say something, say anything." And he's looking at me, and I go, all I can think to say is, "Full circle," right? And he goes, what are you talking about? What's full circle? And I go, "I used to watch the Ghostbusters cartoon, and the guy who did Peter Venkman's voice is the same guy who did Garfield's voice," right? And he looks at me, and he goes, "Brilliant observation." And he goes, "Nice to meet you. And he was just out. And so that was I guess I became a total like fanboy, lost my mind when I met Bill Murray.
Understandable.
Yeah.
One of those legendary
I feel like if I met Harrison Ford, I would just like only be able to make like weird Wookiee sounds.
until he calls you too.
Yeah.
In my position here, I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of really cool people. Yourself.
Yeah, who is you ever been on stage with somebody who were just like, "Oh my god, I can't even talk right"?
Nathan Fillion.
Who?
Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion, I didn't have, he does his own panel. I just introduce him and then leave, but that was one of those people who just talking to him backstage. I'm like, I love Firefly so much. Because I do. Yeah, but I think Bill Murray, I went all the pieces. Yeah, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, oh my god. Yeah, I did the same thing with Steve Martin.
You met Steve Martin too?
Oh my god, I just remembered that.
Oh yeah, I met Steve Martin, but I kind of forgot. I just remembered I met Steve Martin.
Well, I guess memory of a fish. I blanked it out because it was kind of torturous. Because it was a two-parter. Oh, I remember thinking, it's for 2 chapters, oh god. The first one was, I was sitting in the audience, loving his banjo show. He was doing his album had just come out. And I was so into it, I hadn't realized that I was on my seat just being, the whole freaking time, like having my own like stomp concert, like right here. And afterward, we had the same agent, and my agent at the time, and my agent was just like, Dan, let me introduce you to Steve. And I didn't think he could hear me, but he had super hearing. And he was just all, oh, hi, Clicky Magooch. Yes, thank you for keeping perfect time. That was one interaction.
There is a weird magical impression.
Two-part. So the second part was at the it's crazier. He just totally ignored me. I saw him at the SNL party. Okay, so I went to the SNL 40 party. I snuck in with Ryan Phillippe, who you've been seeing over and over in the commercial here. We got in there, and it was crazy because everywhere you looked, it was like wall. It was like that. When Bugs Bunny goes to the Copacabana? And like it's just wall-to-wall celebrities, like that's what it felt like. And so anyway, long story short, there's Steve Martin standing there with this gorgeous girl on his side, and he's just standing there like this the entire party. Throngs of like celebrities just flowing past him. It was like time lapse or something. It was weird, and so he saw me and like recognized me as Clicky Magooch. Clicky Magooch child.
Paul McCartney and Prince can walk by him and he's like, Clicky Magooch! I know this guy!
And then it's more like, there goes Clicky Magooch. Don't let him come to your banjo party. That was a surreal thing, the SNL 40. Very surreal.
I did a stand-up show with Sashir Zameda one time, and she was telling stories about how at that party, like, Beyonce and Jay-Z were just like off in the corner or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Prince showed up and just played a song.
Yes, I was right there.
And Paul McCartney was scheduled to play, so they went up to Paul McCartney and said, it's your turn to play now. And Paul McCartney said, nobody follows Prince, and left.
That's all true. All of that happened. It was speaking of Bill Murray, that was the most surreal moment of my life. I was standing there at the Plaza Hotel. The entire floor, like I said, is just like, everywhere you look is a celebrity! And it was crazy. And then up on stage, everyone's like, Beyonce and, was in the corner and like, shaking people's hands like she's the president. It's wild, man. And on stage, this was the most surreal moment. You got Jimmy Fallon singing Roadhouse Blues by the Doors, okay? Which is like one of my favorite songs. And he does that, Jim Morrison impression on his show all the time. But this was like live. And this was crazy. And next to him, Paul Simon. Next to him, John Goodman. Next to him, Dan Aykroyd. Next to him, so the entire stage, you can imagine, is just filled with celebrities playing this crazy version of the Doors. And then I turn around and I see John Bon Jovi there. And I go, oh my God, John Bon Jovi. I grew up on man, 5th grade was slippery when wet for me, And he was just looking at me like, hey, man. And I was like, what? And then I was very upset with that. And then all of a sudden, here comes the announcement. Guys, Prince is gonna play. Bam! And Jimmy Fallon points right at me, right? And I was like, what? I'm not Prince! And it was weird.
they had like a spotlight, so a spotlight came down, and I was like, what the hell? And and it was like this weird, like funny moment, so people were laughing, and then so Bon Jovi would just kind of like, oh well, fine. He gets the spotlight, right? So I was like, fine. So I'm there, and then I realize this wonderful hand comes on my shoulder, and it's just all, excuse me, man. And I turn around, and there he is. All 4'2" of him. I'm not a big guy, and I was like a giant. And he was like, and I was like, oh my god, and it's Prince, and I was like, oh my god. And he was like, oh good man. And he like gives me the high five. Whoosh. Walks up to the stage, crowd parts, gets up on the stage, and then he starts singing, Party Like It's 1999. And I look over at this, with him at the center, all those people I said before, up on stage, playing this jamboree version of the song. And then there's Bill Murray. And he looked like a child. He looked like a kid. And he had a tambourine. And he just like pulled up like a box or something. And he was just sitting on it, just wailing on this tambourine. And I was like, oh man, I want to be Bill Murray at the SNL 40 party, happy. And then I'll be able to die. Like he looks so happy, man.
You realize Bill Murray is Prince's Clicky McCooch. In the interest of full circle, I do have to, we've been having so much fun with so many great stories. Unfortunately, we didn't get through very many questions, and we are starting to run out of time. So what I want to do now is just lightning round questions as quick as we can to get through as many of you as we can in what short time we have left. Just the ones who are at the microphone, but I appreciate this enthusiasm. So let's start over here. We'll just get through as many as we can while we have time. Please state in advance if you are noir or sci-fi.
Good man.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, here.
Hello, yes.
Hi.
My night vision goggles are working.
Yeah, so, quick question. There's a theory going around.
Yes.
I don't know if you're going to be able to answer, but do you think Jacob is a descendant of Hufflepuff?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Given that he's a baker, what have you heard? What's the exact?
From what I've heard is Kowalski is a Polish translation of like Smith, and Hexaba Smith is a descendant of Hufflepuff, so it's far-fetched, but I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. There's this one character named Quentin Kowalski, which gives me a lot of hope for the future of Jacob and whatever house he lands in. He's Quentin Kowalski, look him up. He's this really great Quidditch player, and he's my last name and the male version of Queenie's first name. And Quentin Kowalski, like if he's like a grandson or that would be so cool. I would love for that to. Come to fruition.
Let's go for more, yeah.
Okay.
And in the interest of time, while you're coming up to collect that, whoever's next on this side, go ahead and start asking your question.
Hi, between the two Fantastic Beasts movies that were out, you've seen a lot of fantastic sets, and I was wondering which one you felt the most amazed by.
Oh yeah. Well, that first movie, you're over here. Anyway, I'm just staring directly into the light. The first movie was so surreal and old Hollywood, showing up. Like I always say, I grew up in New York, and I had to fly all the way to Leavesden, London, to end up in New York again. Because they built blocks, city blocks of old school 1920s New York. And I was just in awe of that. To be able to, I felt like I went back in time to be able to visit my ancestors and to like feel like I'm like walking around in their shoes. And the detail, like the camera may never enter one of these places, a restaurant or a bookstore or a candy store. You usually just see the outside of these places. But when they call cut, we get to take a break and hang out on the set, whatever. And you go into these restaurants and you expect someone to come out and wait on you. It's like it's that detailed, and it doesn't have to be. And of course, they convert all this stuff into Warner Brothers tour stuff, and they use it. But that, to answer your question, like that was amazing. And then the next movie the next movie was very magical too, because there was a meridian I used to go during my breaks where you'd stand on this line and you look this way and you see New York for blocks, and then you look this way and you see Paris for blocks. And I just thought that was so weird. It was like a time portal or something. Did I give you a comic book? Oh, I did already.
No, not yet. More, she says.
More. I thought you said more. Yes, you did, and I want more. Whoa! I know you. Look good, right? That was a good queen.
Unfortunately, I am getting the signal that we have to wrap it up. So I'm sorry we didn't get to more questions, but you will be at a table signing autographs all weekend.
Yeah.